Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Hello, everybody. I'm Alicia.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Kaitlyn.
And I'm Sterling.
Welcome to episode 45 of Adventures and Mousecapades.
This week, we have a complaint with the universe. It appears that the alphabet song, at least according to our sources, may have changed.
Why would they have done that?
I don't know, but it's a travesty. Kaitlyn, you're our reporter in the field. Please fill us in.
They don't say LMNOP. They keep it straight, and it's just I don't like it.
Can you explain? Can you demonstrate?
I don't know if I can because I can't say the alphabet without doing LMNOP.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
No. They're going like H-I-J-K. No, I can't do the tune.
H-I-J-K-L-M-N-O-P.
No, they stop at N.
What?
They go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, O,
Oh, that's
and
just
whatever.
wrong. That's just
yeah.
wrong.
Oh, that's...
See?
No, oh my.
They
why?
need to be fired.
Right? That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
We need a
Travesty.
suing.
They need a suing.
Yes.
Wow. All right, you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. English has a new verb. No, I guess it's a new tense of an existing verb.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Well, we should actually move on to what we're here for, although it is
Indeed.
nice to just talk about the alphabet.
Yeah.
We are talking today about our trip to Universal Studios Orlando.
Indeed, we are. So this was tacked on, was going to be a surprise
It was going to be a surprise, yes.
after our cruise that wound up being a cruise. And then, we had a few days at Universal Orlando. And it's going to be a surprise, as I mentioned, but given the
Circumstances.
we needed some positive vibe energy going on. And so we sprung the surprise about 2 weeks early.
Yes.
But we still had a lot of fun.
We were staying at the Hard Rock Hotel. They have a nice package deal where if you stay at one of the deluxe resorts, I don't know if it's called deluxe resorts with Universal. We do not have Universal knowledge. We have Disney knowledge. But if you stay at...
That's right. We don't know anything about anything but Disney. We don't have Universal knowledge. We're very focused on just Disney.
Yes. If you stay at one of the more premium resorts, your stay includes express pass tickets. I guess. And we wanted to do that. So we stayed at the Hard Rock. Now,
And the express pass tickets basically means, well, it's an express pass. It's sort of like Disney's fast pass system. You basically get to skip the long lines and go through the short lines.
Yeah.
So, and it's in part of your hotel package. So if you were staying at Riviera and that automatically gave you access to all the lightning lanes, this is the equivalent of that at Universal Studios. Unfortunately, Disney does not do that.
Nope.
But anyhow, that's where we are.
yeah. So we got off of the Fantasy nice and early, like really early, like 8:30 early.
Well, it was our last chance to take a concierge perk.
This is true.
Yeah.
And then we got in a vehicle.
We got in a bus. It's called a bus.
Did we get in a bus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
We
That's
took
right.
the Mickey bus
yeah.
to the airport.
Took the Mickey bus to the airport, got a car at the airport, and then drove to Universal and stayed in the lobby for hours on end.
Yeah, that was kind of ridiculous. I think we were hoping for early room, and we did not get it.
Yeah. We could have gone to the parks, but
We were tired.
we were tired. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got over to Hard Rock Hotel. It looks really nice just from the outside.
It does
it's
look
very
nice on the
pretty.
outside.
The setup is very nice. I love the little touches that they have in the lobby and everything. There's a chandelier made out of saxophones, which was pretty cool. We also were kind of hungry, so we went to the kitchen. It's the name of the restaurant is The Kitchen.
Yeah.
And had the breakfast buffet there. It was pretty good.
It was actually really
I
good.
loved that.
Yeah, the breakfast potatoes, Kaitlyn.
Oh my gosh. I love breakfast potatoes. I love any form of potatoes, but breakfast potatoes are my favorite. And I think those were probably the best I've ever had.
The spices on it were delicious. It was a good buffet. After breakfast, I mean, we pretty much just stayed in the lobby for a while and read and just chilled for hours on end.
Yeah, it was like 4 hours or something like that. They have what MTV used to be. They have music videos blaring through the lobby at basically all hours of the day and night and a giant TV screen. And they had lots of seating.
Yes, there's lots of seating.
But
and
it just got old.
In various levels of comfort. And but the lobby was really cold. It was very cold in there.
I enjoyed it, but I'm hot.
Yeah.
I also liked the lobby because there was a wall and it had like stuff that had like from different like musicians, and it like
those are called music videos, and that was a TV. It was a giant screen.
No, I think he's talking about the memorabilia.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, the memorabilia.
Yes.
The memorabilia.
Just the stuff from the concerts and other things that they've done. Yeah, like they have Elvis's pajamas and some other things. One of the other reasons we were waiting is because Nathan and I got ECVs because our legs were really not cooperating with us.
No.
We were hurting from just walking around for the past 3 weeks, I guess. Yeah. So we were waiting for those to show up too.
Yeah, and that was a little weird because we were told that somebody would reach out to us and call us because they didn't really have a transition place at the hotel. So you kind of had to meet the driver and as they got dropped off. Well, that was supposed to happen at noon. By 2:00, hadn't heard anything. And I called the phone number and they're like, oh yeah, they're around the corner from the front entrance. You were supposed to know that and just go. And the keys are there. I got a little bit of an attitude, kind of like, why didn't you know? I'm like, your email said, like very specific instructions. Because that was one of the reasons we didn't go to the park is because
we were waiting for those.
We were waiting for the ECVs because we knew we weren't going to make it if we tried to walk. So honestly, if we had been informed properly, we could have gone to the park instead of sat around the lobby. So that was frustrating.
Yep. We finally got our room, and the size of the room was great. It had 2 queen beds and a pull-out sofa and still had plenty of room to walk around.
Yeah. You just had to watch where you walked.
Yeah, there was stuff on the floor and on the wall, and it was not a pleasing color.
No, we'll just say it must have been chocolate brownies. It had to have been some sort of food.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
We're assuming.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it was.
We hope.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't smell otherwise. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just everywhere. And I don't want to go on and on and on about the hotel because it's not really kind of why we're talking about it. But I will say I was not impressed with the hotel. The cleanliness and the upkeep of the Hard Rock was. It left a lot to be desired after having spent the last several weeks at Disney resorts and the cruise line and everything. I mean, I remember walking into the elevator to go up to the room, and like the floor of the elevator was just filthy. You would never see that at a Disney resort.
It was not up to our usual expectations, I guess.
It wasn't clean.
No, it just wasn't clean. Now, there are a couple things that Universal does wonderfully that I think Disney's kind of started to implement in their things. One of them is being able to contact somebody real time and talk with somebody real time.
On chat.
On chat. You can do that via text. I think Disney has recently switched us over where you can talk with somebody through their My Disney Experience app.
Yeah, but the responses are much delayed.
Yeah, with Universal, you check in. Maybe it was just Hard Rock. I'm not sure, but they basically give us a text number or take my cell phone number, and I was able to have text chats with maintenance, basically saying, "Hey, come clean this, please," or give us a new room. And they had somebody come out and do a spot clean right then and there, and everything came up really quickly, which led me to believe, well, why didn't you just do this in the first place? But
yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah, I don't
also,
know. I'm sorry. I just don't know how you turn that room over in that state.
yeah, it was not great. We also didn't go out right away because there was a rain shower. It was the afternoon thunderstorm or downpour, basically. So we waited a little bit longer for that as well. But we did finally get over to the parks and had a weird interaction with the tickets. Your express pass is not your park ticket, which I didn't know that.
Which we weren't told. Like, we were told when we got them from the hotel, like, this gets you into the parks, and it's like, we got bad.
There's a lot
bad
of
info.
misinformation that was given to us, but it was nice finally getting into the parks and looking around. And the first place we headed to, of course, was over to King's Cross, because one of the main reasons that we were at Universal was to go see the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Absolutely.
That was fun.
Yeah. So we started off in front of King's Cross, but we saw that the night bus was out there, and the driver and head, I don't remember the names, were there too.
The Shrunken Head.
The Shrunken Head, yeah. So we had a nice conversation. Sterling had a nice conversation with the driver and the head. And
So I'm going to pull a technicality here.
Okay.
The Shrunken Head is the driver.
oh, sorry.
Then you have the
That's
ticket, the attendant or the conductor of the night bus is the guy with the body.
Well, he also is the one who controls parts of the night bus.
Yes.
Are you sure it's the driver? I think
Yeah.
isn't the head the navigator?
No,
No?
the head is the driver because he's also sitting in the driver's spot
He's
above the steering wheel.
he's literally connected to the
He's
bus.
connected to the bus. Got it. Okay. Well, after talking with the conductor and the head,
Which is cool.
Which is cool. We headed over to King's Cross to go over to Diagon Alley. This was so cool. Just walking through the bricks and hearing the noise of the bricks shifting and then making your way into Diagon Alley.
I felt like I was with Hagrid right there, just like when in the first movie he just taps it on the wall and it just opens up. I just felt goosebumps everywhere.
It was pretty awesome.
Kaitlyn, I think we had you walk in first.
Yeah, it was really cool. Kind of like what Sterling was saying. I thought it was really cool how they did the brick stuff. Because, I mean, you obviously can't walk through a brick wall.
True.
But just like the noises and the way it was like shaped and everything, it was really magical.
Right. They made it a hidden corner, so you can't actually see straight through. You have to take a jog to the left to get around. It's really fantastic. And I think all of our kind of jaws hit the floor when we walked into Diagonally.
No.
No.
Then you'll go to Nocturne Alley if you say that.
Or nocturnally. Nocturnally?
Yeah, sure.
Puns in the name.
Indeed.
Like grim old place.
Yeah.
Yep.
The immersion of this area is phenomenal.
Yeah.
All the little touches. I know we could have spent hours upon days just going through and looking at everything, but it's August in Orlando and it was hot.
Yes.
But all the little touches were great. Seeing all the little shops and seeing the Monster Book of Monsters was pretty cool.
I would say that the monster book is like cute, I guess. And
Probably
turning into
not
Hagrid.
in person.
Terrifyingly cute. Yeah. And then the dragon up on top of, is that Gringotts?
Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing that do its fire thing every 10 minutes
Every
or so.
10 minutes.
Yeah. It is loud and gorgeous.
And hot.
Yes, it's hot.
I could
'cause
feel it from
flames.
I could feel it when we were like, how far were we away? It was I would say decent amount far, and I could still just feel the heat all across my face.
Yep.
It scared me. It was like really loud and sudden.
Yeah. So, pro tip, they do the fire out of the dragon every 10 minutes, like on the dot. You will hear it start to rumble and roar and stuff like that. And it'll sound like it's building up and it's going to fire, and then it doesn't. And then he roars again, and then there's fire. So it is every 10 minutes on the hour, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I saw so many people standing around at like 4 minutes after or something like that, and like holding their phone waiting to get it. I was like, it'll happen in about 6 more minutes. Like, help them then. So you don't need to stand around and like hold your phone up and run a movie for 10 minutes. It happens regularly, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then on the hour.
One of the things we did was go into Ollivander's Fine Wands, and this was an amazing experience. There was a group of maybe, what was there, like 12 people with us? I don't know. It was
12 to 15 about.
Okay, yeah. And they shepherded us all into the hallway and then finally into the room. And there was a child that was younger than Sterling there with us. And they got singled out and asked a couple of questions, one of which basically was, have you done this before? And the child said, he was kind of waffling back and forth. And the parent was like, yes, you've done this before. And then I
remember the kid was like, well, I mean, kind of, but I didn't really get the wand that I really wanted, and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, oh, okay, you've done this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they went on to Sterling and asked Sterling the same questions. And Sterling had not done this before. And he got chosen to
go through the wand ceremony.
Go through the wand ceremony and have a wand choose him. This is really fun. This is just magical, honestly.
Yeah.
It felt magical to me. Like when the wand gave to me, it was just, I felt like winds just power up.
We got to go back and say exactly what happened. You can't skip to the end here.
So what happened?
Well, what happened was, first, I was told to do a Wingardium Leviosa, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that, and I accidentally made all the books almost fall out.
All the wands. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
books.
they basically, they try different wands.
Yeah, they gave you a wand to try this out with. You weren't just saying in your head.
They gave you a wand and you tried it and it didn't go well and you kind of destroyed the shop.
Yeah.
And then she used some magic and fixed it. But then you tried a different wand. What happened on that one?
I was told to say Lumos and to do that. And I did that, and I made lightning in the whole room.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
that was kind of scary.
And that was
Not-
actually very scary for me.
So that one did not
That didn't work.
work with you.
And then I heard her say, maybe. And then she took out the wand.
Mm-hmm.
That would be correct for me.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, wait, this is out of the movie, because because the actual dude from the movie, what's his name?
Ollivander.
Yeah. Sorry, that's very on the dot, and I could not think of that. So Ollivander, he in the movie, he goes maybe, and gets the not Voldemort's wand, but
A wand.
yeah,
Yes.
a wand that is close to Voldemort's wand, and he gives it to Harry, and it was the one. And I thought that was going to happen to me because they went maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, and I actually got a great wand, and now I see why she went maybe, because it looks like a Death Eater wand.
What happened when you used that wand?
I used it, and when I did it, I just felt wind. Wind happened.
Mm-hmm.
There was wind everywhere, and I just got something I felt like I got a 1-up mushroom, and I just got powered up.
So you broke wind?
No, I used wind. I created wind,
Sure. Got it.
and I made it also felt like a mini tornado just around my whole body.
Cool.
It felt very good and cooling because I was very hot at that time.
Yeah, so that was an amazing experience. And after this, they bring us all over to the main shop area where you could go check out different wands and stuff. And we all got a wand.
Mm-hmm.
And Sterling's was really cool. It has had a snake on it.
It was like a snake that is controlling a man.
Yeah.
It's like the man is being sucked into the belly of the snake, and it's dark wood.
Mhm.
It's very long.
Yeah, it's a very long wand.
And it's kind of heavy.
Yeah.
It's heavy for a wand.
Mm-hmm.
And these are all neat. We all picked out ones that we liked and were able to use these because there's different types of wands you can get. Some of them you can use spells when you're at the Wizarding World, and others are just plain. And we all got interactive ones because we wanted to try some of the spells.
We wanted to interact.
We wanted to interact. Yeah. And when you get the wands, they give you a map of the area, both at Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley, of different areas you can go to use your interactive wands. So we went over and started doing some interactive magic, and Nathan got soaked.
Yeah, that was great.
Over in the, I don't remember what the spell is, but it's basically calling forth water.
Yeah, well, I was there watching some little kid waiting for some little kid trying to do this like little thing of water over by it's like a fountain. And evidently there's more than one magic thing over there, because it's not just this little making water come out of a drinking fountain. There's also like this giant like half bucket of water that gets thrown around. And I had no idea, and I was standing in the wrong place, and somebody did the spell, and I got a basically bucket of water dumped on my head and all over my front. And
he was not happy about that.
I was pissed.
So he went back to the room for a bit, and the kids and I continued to look around. We listened to a couple of shows. What is her name?
I know that there were other people there called the Three Banshees.
Yes, I can't remember the singer name. It's somebody Warbeck and the Three Banshees. They had a show and they sang, and it was pretty cool. And we listened to them and walked around a bit. And I believe, Kaitlyn, you and Sterling went on the Escape from Gringotts ride. Mm-hmm. Now, that is one that you two went on by yourself. Tell us a little bit about that ride.
It was really cool. I don't really know what I was expecting. I don't know. I thought it would be more of like a roller coaster thing.
Mm-hmm.
So did I.
But it wasn't really. It kind of like in the beginning, it like the car lifted you up a little bit, and then you went down like a hill, but that was it. Like the rest was basically all flat, and the car would like tilt you different ways and everything, and then there would be a big screen in front of you basically, and it would show different scenes from, I think, the last book or something in there, or movie.
Okay.
So, I mean...
Oh, that's right. I remember we had a conversation after that about spoilers.
Yeah.
So one of us hasn't finished all the books yet.
Yeah.
Yes. Almost. You got two more?
Yeah.
He's in the middle of
keep
the
going.
6th one right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Keep going. Keep going.
Wait, there
Yep.
are 2 books? 2 more books? I thought there were only...
It's the one you're reading now, and then one more.
Ah.
Okay, so that was mainly screen.
Yeah, basically. I feel like a lot of the rides in
Yes.
the
Universal.
Harry Potter...
And Universal is the
World.
land of screens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that ride, Sterling?
Yes. I thought it was, like Kaitlyn said, I thought it was going to be more like a roller coaster, so I was a bit more scared.
So why didn't we go on there, Alicia?
We're too big.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are large people. Disney is very much more friendly towards larger figures. Universal, most of the stuff, unfortunately, we weren't able to get onto.
Yeah. I have a big gripe with Universal on this. Like pretty much everything we don't fit on.
Yeah, which is one of the reasons that we have never gone to Universal is we wouldn't be able to go on most of the stuff.
Right.
But we went because, well, we wanted the kids to enjoy this, and we also wanted to see the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Yes.
How interactive it was. It was an amazing trip. We had a blast anyway. But yeah, we didn't get to go on that one. And it looks like, I think it was time to eat.
Yeah.
So I think we left the park and we went, I just found a random place that had reservations. We didn't do any planning on food stuff ahead of time. So it was very, very, very much on the fly for all this stuff. We found there's like a sports bar and grill, a large sports bar and grill. I think it was like NBC Sports or something like that.
That was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was okay. It's a large restaurant. The tables are packed in really close together. It's loud.
They're all high tops.
They're all high. Most of them are high tops.
Yeah.
I don't like high top seating.
No.
But we had a huge pretzel because when there's a huge pretzel available, we get a huge pretzel.
Sure.
I think Nathan had a chicken pot pie or something.
I did. That was, it was huge. It looked amazing.
It looked amazing.
It had no taste, and the sauce was like, it was incredibly watery. Like it was, would not order again.
Sterling had chicken fingers. I had a burger, and Kaitlyn had a pasta thing that looked really good.
I always get chicken fingers. I am the chicken finger master.
There you go.
Kaitlyn, how was your pasta dish?
It was really good. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I just remember it being really tasty.
I had a burger, and I had ordered fries, and the fries, or no, was it tater tot? I think it was tater tots instead of fries. And they didn't bring me my tater tots until like the very, very end of the meal. I kept asking for them. I was like, hey,
Oh, that's
where
right.
are my tater tots?
Service wasn't real good here
No.
either.
Yeah.
So I think we were like all done, and then they showed up. Like, whatever.
At least we ate some.
Yeah, it was a meal. It was good. It filled me up. The next day we started off at Islands of Adventure, and this park is really pretty. We didn't spend a huge amount of time in the front. I wish we would have done that, but we were trying very hard to get over to Hogsmeade so the kids could get on Hagrid's Magical Motorbike Adventure. TM. Yes.
I think we had early park entry for this one.
We did. I don't think we made it over quite in time.
No.
I think it was a 7 a.m. and we were over there maybe about 7:10 or 7:15. It's just hard to get up in the morning and go.
Yeah.
But we made it over there as quick as we could, and it's quite a hike to get over to Hogsmeade from the beginning of the park.
Very, very much a hike.
You go through a lot of different lands. I remember going through the Seuss area, which was really kind of cool looking.
Yeah.
We finally got over to Hogsmeade, and the Hagrid ride was down.
It hadn't come up yet for the day. And so lots of people were milling around. I think they had closed the line.
Yeah, the line was closed. They weren't accepting anyone else in the queue line.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I heard kind of a rumor, or somebody said it's about to open, like a cast member said it was about to open. I'm like, Kaitlyn, Sterling, go now.
Yeah.
And that worked out quite well.
We had to walk really far to get to the front of the queue line. I don't know what land we were in, but we walked far away from Hogsmeade.
Yeah.
But we wrapped back around eventually. And it went pretty quickly. We basically flew through most of the queue. I think we stopped. I don't exactly know where it was, but we were kind of in Hagrid's, area where he was talking about different magical creatures and stuff like that. I know there was posters all around the room, pixies and different,
That place
animals.
was cool.
It was cool.
Yeah, I remember because they were estimating the line was going to be an hour or an hour and 20 minutes. But because it had been closed, that's why we pushed you. Because you're like, I don't want to wait for an hour and 20 minutes or whatever it was. We're like, no, go now because the line is literally reopening.
Yeah.
And I think you guys waited maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was really quick.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
So what's the ride?
This is an actual roller coaster, and it's really cool. The ride car is Hagrid's motorcycle. So you have the main motorcycle part, and then you have the sidecar. So 2 people can fit in that one. I think I was in the motorcycle, and Sterling
and
was in the sidecar.
I was in the sidecar.
In the sidecar.
Yeah.
I'm tiny and you're big, so. Also, you know how to drive, and I don't.
Well, I've never driven a motorcycle before.
Have you driven a roller coaster?
No.
Oh.
I've driven Indiana's car.
This is true. You have driven in
I've probably done that too. No, but it was a cool concept. It wasn't the most comfortable thing in the world, but I mean, it's you were immersed in it. It felt like you were driving the car.
So you were did you have
Yeah,
handlebars
you
to
like-
hold?
you
And you were
held on to
leaning
the-
forward.
Mhm.
And Sterling, you were just sitting in the car, right? So you didn't have this.
I was just sitting back, relaxing.
Maybe it's better in the sidecar where you don't
Maybe, I
have
don't
to
know.
sit weird.
I know the ride. It was basically about the blast-ended Scroots. I That's how you say it? No. But it's like the huge lobster things.
Yeah, we thought they were like as small as like a hermit crab or something.
But they had like the life-size Hagrid, but then it was huge. Like I remember we were both like, whoa.
It's like the size of our couch.
The blast-ended Scroot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very big. And
It's like elephant-sized, isn't it?
Probably not that big,
Okay,
but
but still really big.
it's big, yeah. After that, we went into the Forbidden Forest.
yeah, and
And
then
we went past the Whomping Willow,
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
and
yeah.
with the Weasley's flying car. And we like went in there and then I don't remember exactly what happened, but we like stopped and we're like, oh, we have to go back. So like launched you backwards, which was fun. And then we got trapped in the Forbidden Forest in some devil's snare.
devil's.
Yeah.
And then I think it had us all say Lumos, and then it released us, and I wasn't expecting this at all, but like dropped you.
Oh, it dropped you?
yeah, I thought that it just came from the sides and grabbed us, but no, it was from above and grabbed us.
So the ride vehicles fell down like a little mini free fall?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
it was great, and I loved that part.
And then it just kept going?
Yeah.
Was that near the end of it?
It was near the end.
Got
I
it.
know.
And I believe before we actually went in there were centaurs.
Oh,
Oh, you saw
I
centaurs?
think so, yeah.
That's
and then towards
cool.
the end, we saw some unicorns. too.
Unicorns. I remember you took a picture of the unicorns. So that was cool to see the unicorns at the end. While you all were gallivanting with Hagrid, we decided to finally try some butterbeer.
Yes. So there is a butterbeer location that is right outside kind of the entrance to Hagrid's. And the interesting thing is there was a huge long line for butterbeer on the side of the cart that faced Hagrid's. And there's this little like 2.5 foot tall wall that extends out from this thing. And so most people don't cross the wall because I think 3 broomsticks is right there as well. So it's kind of meant to separate out kind of the primary walkway from where people may be waiting or trying to eat or whatever. But the side of that cart that faces 3 broomsticks has a second location where you can get butterbeer. So instead of waiting in a 50-person line, we waited in a 2-person line.
Yeah.
It was like shocking that nobody else was over there, or people weren't saying, hey, you can come over here too. So it worked out to our benefit.
Yep.
And I'm not going to complain about that.
No. So we got to try butterbeer. I gave Nathan the first taste.
It was incredible. So Alicia did a little video. We posted it on social media, which is like, we're not social media influencers or anything like that. Like we just post stuff to have fun. I think for the next like month and a half, we were getting likes on this reel on Instagram from just random people everywhere. It was so popular, but butterbeer was so
Yeah,
good.
butterbeer is very good. I know not everybody shares that outlook on butterbeer, but we very much enjoyed it. It was really yummy.
It's a butterscotch and vanilla, and I could see how some people would say it's way too sweet. For me, I really enjoyed it on my palate, and I got a fair amount of the foam on my mustache too. But it's okay.
Yeah, and there are different types of butterbeer too. We just got the regular cold butterbeer. You can also get frozen butterbeer. You can get hot butterbeer, and you can get ice cream butterbeer.
Yes.
And I think clotted cream butterbeer too.
Yeah, at some of the restaurants.
Yeah, but we were just trying just a regular butterbeer. Quite enjoyed it. And we stayed at the Owl Post while we were waiting for the kiddos to finish the ride.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a neat area. It's just a nice little seating area underneath coverage. And up in the rafters there's a bunch of owls. It looks like there's droppings all over the place, but there isn't. It's not really. And yeah, just some nice music and everything.
It was good to be in the shade. And I think they have that. There's a lot of seating, a lot of benches under there.
Yes.
And I think it's purposefully meant for, you're waiting for somebody who is on Hagrid's.
Yeah.
Here, have a place to chill out.
I believe I read in a book at school the droppings in that area is made out of clay and Play-Doh, I believe.
Huh.
And also, if you actually send mail in the Owl Post, you can get a little exclusive like thing. It's a tag or sticker from Hogsmeade or Hogswood.
Yes, it's the postage, not the stamp, but the
Postmark.
postmark. Yeah. Yeah. We didn't send anything. I did get a couple of things, just some bookmarks that were personalized from there. We didn't send any mail out.
The last time we tried to send mail on a vacation, it took 2.5 months for that mail to reach home. So,
Yep.
But I mean, that was from the Bahamas. So
Yeah.
I still have your postcard from hell.
exactly, that was it. Oh, not Bahamas. That was on Grand
Grand
Cayman.
Cayman. Yeah. After Hagrid's, we went to Three Broomsticks for breakfast. The line for Three Broomsticks is deceptively short. Is that the right word?
It's deceptively long.
Deceptively long.
Like, it looks really short.
It looks really, yes.
And they wrap it around all sorts of stuff inside that you can't see. It was a long wait.
Yeah, it was a long wait. This is a quick service place. We were there for breakfast, so we got the breakfast options. Something to note if you are wanting to eat at the Three Broomsticks, the chairs there are child size.
Yes.
They are very, very, very short and uncomfortable. We saw the chairs right away and we're like, we can't sit in those. We'll never be able to get up again. So we moved over a little farther to the Hogshead side.
Yep.
And they have regular seating over there. And thankfully it wasn't crazy busy in the seating area and we were able to sit over there. The Hogshead over in that area moves. It's animated. It does all sorts of grunting noises. It's pretty cool.
That was neat.
And you could hear footsteps from above.
That's right. You could. I do remember that. It's because it's
an inn.
It's an inn.
Yeah.
I also heard someone saying come on, we gotta go, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. You could hear conversations from upstairs and footsteps walking around. That was pretty cool.
So I think at this point, Kaitlyn and Sterling both got to try some butterbeer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kaitlyn, what is your take on butterbeer?
I really liked it. I thought it kind of tasted like an Italian soda.
Oh, yeah.
Or like a
cream
Italian
soda.
cream soda.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Sterling,
And I am going to knock you down because I did not like that.
you gonna knock me down or you gonna knock butterbeer down?
I'm gonna knock the butterbeer down.
Okay.
I did not like this. I liked it at first, but then when I started drinking it more, it started getting, not pleasing.
You just didn't like it anymore.
No.
That's okay. Everybody has different taste buds.
Is it too sweet?
No, it's just, I think it's more of the cream. Or sorry, the bubbles on top.
Oh, that's my favorite part.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I would just use a vacuum and suck the bubbles out and then just drink that.
So you liked the butter beer itself?
Yeah.
Maybe? Okay. But not it's like a very vanilla foam on top.
Yeah.
I tried to avoid that when I was drinking that, and I was like, I can't get rid of this.
It's okay.
After breakfast, we went over towards Hogwarts.
Yes.
And Nathan and I knew right away we wouldn't be able, we knew just from watching previous videos, we would not be able to go on this ride. But we heard that you have to go through the queue. You have to
Yeah.
go through the castle just to experience all of it.
It's super immersive. They have all sorts of stuff from the books in this queue. And I think that was worth it. I enjoyed walking through the queue. There was just so many things. You got to go through the herbology area and see all sorts of stuff, the statues and
Stuff from the movies.
Yeah, it was
you
really
have
neat.
the mirror. I can't remember
The
the name.
Mirror of Erised.
Mirror of Erised is in there. Could see that.
And I could only see me.
You could only see you. Yeah. Just a lot of, not necessarily interactive, but a lot of areas there. Like Nathan said, the herbology area, all the talking paintings. There's Dumbledore's office. There's one of the classrooms. Is that the Defense Against Dark Arts classroom?
Yeah, I think so.
And I believe in the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom is where we saw Hermione, Ron, and Harry.
Yep.
We saw them talking, and then Dumbledore was in his office talking to you, and the Pensieve is there, and just all sorts of cool stuff.
in the loading area for the ride, it looks like the Great Hall. It has all the candles floating in the ceiling and everything. It looked really neat.
Also, before we got into the loading area, we went into the Gryffindor.
Common room.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And I believe there was some people there, and I was like, be quiet. I'm a Slytherin, not a Gryffindor.
Sterling is a proud Slytherin.
Yes.
And I'm proud of it.
Yes. Yeah. Now this ride, Kaitlyn, is this one you said you didn't enjoy quite as much?
Yeah, it was very much like a simulator ride, and it would tilt you at weird angles. And I don't know, there were dementors that would pop up out of nowhere, and it scared the stuffing out of me. But I don't know, I didn't really enjoy it that much.
Sterling?
I loved it. On the other hand, when the Dementors popped up, I think Harry went. I was about to say Veta Kedavra to them, but no.
Probably expecto patronum.
Yes, and I remember saying thank you, and I heard someone else say thank you as well, and we did it in unison, and it was funny.
Okay, so this ride, just the perspective on the outside of Hogwarts is really neat to see.
Yeah, it's really well done. I appreciated all of the I almost said Imagineering, all of the creative talents that went into putting this together. I think they did a really good job, at least for the queue and the show building and everything else. It's well done.
After this, the kids and I went on Flight of the Hippogriff. I had heard that there is a really neat animatronic on here, and you get to walk by Hagrid's hut as well. This is one of the shortest roller coasters I have ever been on in my life.
But I think it was worth it. That was very fun. Also, it was short, but they only had one cart, so the line was long.
Yeah, they only had one car running or one train running for this one, which I don't know if that's how it normally works or not. But the load time for this it just took forever.
Y'all took a long time.
We
on
were
this
in
one.
we were in line for over an hour, I believe, on this one.
Yeah.
For a very, very short ride. I think it was just about a minute on the car, maybe.
Was it an hour?
40 minutes?
I think it was more around 40 minutes.
Okay.
Even with and that was with the
That was with the
That
express.
was
Express
with
Pass.
Express Pass, yeah.
And we saw that the other line was much shorter, and we're like, well, why didn't we just go in that line? But we would have waited longer if we were in the regular line, because they make a point to get, like, I think it was like 2 trains to 1 express versus regular. And after this, we went over to the Jurassic Park area, which was a lot of fun too. It's not as immersive, I guess, as the Hogwarts area, which kind of makes sense because it's just a jungle. But the music in both of these lands was so fun, so nice to hear. I mean, we love the musical score from the movies.
Yeah, you really feel like you're in the movies.
Yeah. And they have the big, huge Jurassic Park gate that you go through.
Yeah.
And I believe we all walked underneath it, started singing the theme, like da 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 da. Yeah.
That was fun.
Yep.
And then Kaitlyn, we dropped you off at Velocicoaster.
Was that first?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because we went and did something else that we'll talk about here in a minute while you were in the Velocicoaster.
oh yeah.
So tell us, what was the newest attraction at Universal Studios like?
It was a lot of fun. I am very much a roller coaster person. I love roller coasters so much. And I think this was one of the smoothest roller coasters I've ever been on. And it was amazing. The queue was really cool. I know you walk in through the front and there's like this huge statue with all the different velociraptors on it. And it was really cool. And then you go into like the pen area where they hold the velociraptors. I don't think I've ever been on a ride where you have to like use lockers, like you have to use lockers.
Yeah.
So I mean, they don't really have that at Disney World. So I was like, oh, okay.
So you couldn't take your phone. You couldn't take anything.
I just had my ticket and that was it. I know you texted me like to text when I was putting stuff in my locker so you guys could look out for me. But like you texted me maybe a minute after I put my phone in the locker.
Timing.
Yes.
Yeah. The queue is really cool and it went a lot faster than it felt like.
You were also, oh no, I was going to say you were also an express, but they didn't have
they didn't
express
have
for
express
this
for that.
ride.
No. I think just the way they built the queue, it was like really immersive and there was a lot of things that you could look out for. So like time went really quickly. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Like I said, it was really smooth and like I think you went upside down. Yeah.
Multiple times.
Several times.
Yes.
Times. I know there were a lot of corkscrews and everything. I know towards the end, I know you could see it from the Three Broomsticks, that like balcony area.
Yeah.
It like whips you one way and like really quickly whips you the other way. I was like, ooh, when I was watching it, I'm like, that looks like kind of painful. But like actually riding it, it was like you didn't even realize it was happening. So it was really fun.
That's awesome. I'm kind of jealous. I wish I could have gone on this one.
And Sterling, you did not want to go on this one.
No,
It was a little too
it
extreme
was-
for you right now.
Yeah, I probably will, maybe? Question mark?
Yeah, someday maybe.
Yeah.
So what did we do while we were waiting for Kaitlyn? We went over and hung out and met a baby velociraptor.
Oh, Sierra.
Sierra, yes. So this was nice. They have an experience where they will bring out various velociraptors for you to meet, and we happened to meet the baby. They also have full-size velociraptors. Like you can meet Blue and, get charged at and whatnot by her.
Wow.
But Sierra was being held by a handler, basically.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love this. We had a great talk with her, or I did, technically, because I was the one who first went up. And I remember I bowed to Sierra, and she bowed back. And when that happened, I just felt a great friendship just going on. And I was just so excited. And I really wish I could see Sierra again.
Yeah, you guys had quite a long talk. It was kind of cool.
You bowed to her like a hippogriff, and I
Yeah.
think she really appreciated that.
Indeed.
Yeah, because she really liked you. It was interesting seeing, because we were, I think, the last ones in the line,
Yes.
and just seeing her interaction with some of the other people that were there to meet her. And she was not always so nice to some of the other ones.
No.
But she really appreciated you bowing to her. And we got some good pictures. You got to
And-
pet her, and she
Yeah.
made noises at you, all sorts of stuff.
And I remember when we were taking the picture, she kept going on my head, like my hair.
Yes.
That's right.
And,
She liked your hair.
Yeah, and the person said, "Sierra, stop! I don't think they like it." And I was like, "No, it's okay. It actually feels nice."
Get a little head massage.
Yeah.
She was snipping your hair.
Now they have openings or kind of like viewing times where you can. This is basically a character meet and greet. I think it was like either 15 minutes or every 30 minutes. Kind of like they time them out so they have time to, change characters and things like that. Who you're meeting, and I will share that it seems like those blocks of time fill up with people really quick. So you probably want to hang around that area, the entrance to that area, because it's frequently closed off. In fact, when we first walked over there, it was closed off, and we were just talking to the cast member there and seeing what did the timing look like and all the rest of that stuff. And they actually a minute or two later let us in. I guess because we're nice people, social engineering our way through the world, but yeah, so. Just be aware that they will have that entrance to that meet and greet space closed off a lot of the times, and to just be on your toes for when it does open. Because I think, since they're changing the characters out so frequently, they have to, limit how many people they let into the queue. So just something to keep in mind.
Yep. And after this, we had lunch. We went to the Burger Digs for lunch, and it's your typical quick service hamburger place. The
Nothing
burger,
special to write home about.
No, I think the burger was better than I was expecting, though.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
Not very pleasing to me.
Okay. Caitlin had a chicken burger. I had a cheeseburger. Nathan had a cheeseburger.
I thought the burger was good.
Do you have chicken fingers, or do you have a burger, Sterling?
Oh, I had a burger this
Okay.
time.
It's kind of a cool area. It has the big fossils. What is that? A Tyrannosaurus and something else fossil in the middle of it. It's kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
And after that, we went over on the river adventure.
Yes. This was cool.
Yeah, it was nice. It wasn't the one that I was expecting. I think we had seen videos for the one in Hollywood
Yeah.
that is a little more, I don't know, a little more bang to the buck, I
Right.
guess.
So this is, to be clear, this is Jurassic Park
Yes.
on a boat.
Yeah, it's Jurassic Park on a boat where the animals escape, the big ones escape. And is it Owen?
Yeah.
I can't remember the names. Chris Pratt's character is like,
Yeah.
stay calm. don't move, blah, blah, blah. And it's a log flume ride in a big boat.
Yeah.
Seems to be a recurring theme of dinosaurs escaping.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
wonder why
maybe,
they made it.
maybe it's like they want it to happen.
Maybe it's just a
Maybe.
bad idea in the first place.
Yes.
Oh, that's something that we can all agree on.
Yeah,
that
Indeed.
It's a drop ride. It was fun. We enjoyed it. Didn't get wet. I think we had stuff on.
Yeah,
We
I
had
think we
ponchos
were
on.
also in the back of the boat, so we didn't
Yeah.
get it.
I remember we all put our ponchos on and then really didn't get wet at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we hadn't put the ponchos on, we would have gotten soaked.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Then we went on the Hogwarts train
Yeah.
to go back to the other side. We wanted to get on the train. That was kind of neat.
It was kind of neat. I will say I was not impressed. So there's a show that goes on a screen. Basically, you're looking out the train window as you're going. It's different in both directions. Having seen people talk about it and everything before, I was prepared for this really immersive, really amazing thing to happen that was like, oh, you can't miss this. And I came away going like, that was it? Like, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
disappointing.
Going back and forth, I know it was different, but you were going past the same places, just in a different direction.
Yeah.
So to me, it wasn't that different each way.
It's
there
a
was
storyline.
There was a slightly different story element depending on which way you're going, but it wasn't. I don't know. I came away not as impressed as I thought I would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a way to get in between the two parks. Unfortunately, it's such a popular ride. The wait time for this is very long.
Yeah, oftentimes. I mean, Universal's pretty small in terms of well, I mean, they're just relatively smaller parks. It's kind of like Disneyland in that regard. So if the wait times are really long for the train and you have a park hopper ticket so you can go, it may be a lot quicker for you to just go out the entrance, walk over, and go into the other one.
Yeah. They're not that far from
No.
each other. Yeah. So we were basically going on the train because we wanted to go back to the hotel room.
Yep.
And on the way back, we passed the Blues Brothers car. Is that what that is?
Yeah, they were doing a show.
They were doing a show. Had the huge speaker on top of the car. I thought that was kind of cool. Knowing most of the people in the park that were under a certain age would have no idea what this was.
Including our children.
Sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, it was fine.
Just to say, what is that then?
It's a movie.
Yeah.
It's an old movie,
Based on a skit from Saturday Night Live.
as a lot of movies are.
Yes. Yeah. We went back to the room. It rained a lot.
Yeah, it did.
And we had dinner at a place called Vivo over at the City Walk area. Nice little Italian place. It was yummy.
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't amazing,
No, it was yummy.
but it was good.
And went back to the room and just chilled.
Yeah.
And our last day,
We started off early in the morning, and Kaitlyn went and rode the most crazy roller coaster I have ever seen in my life.
The Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket.
where
Yeah.
you literally go straight up.
Oh, yeah. That's like the first thing.
Yeah, that's the track to get you up to the top. Is
Yeah.
not a gradual incline.
Yeah, the
It's-
lift hill is.
It's literally
90
90
degrees up.
degrees straight up.
None of the rest of us were riding this one.
No.
And so
I
you
wanted
didn't
to.
have to use a locker, even though it was a locker ride, because I
Yeah.
just held your stuff.
Yeah.
So tell us about the this one.
It was it was really fun. You got to choose your own music to listen to when you were going that. I don't remember what I chose. I think it was some like classic rock thing. I don't remember what song it was. But that was fun. And it had a lot of like really fast turns and everything. And I don't think it went upside down in this one. Maybe it did. I don't remember. It was really fast. But the one thing I will say, it was so shaky and rattly. I swear my brain was like moving all over the place. I walked out of there. I'm like, whoa.
It was not a smooth ride.
No, it was not a smooth ride. Not at all.
I believe that you are able to get a secret.
Yeah, there's
Music?
there's secret songs for this one. I don't know how to do it, but yeah, you can. There's secret songs available.
So the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, come for the fun, stay for the slight concussion.
Yes.
Gosh. While Kaitlyn was on this one, Sterling and I went over to the Minions Mayhem
Oh,
ride.
I love loved that.
Yes,
I
this-
think. No, never mind.
This is it's like an auditorium screen ride. I don't know how to explain it other than that. It's like auditorium seating in the way that there's, just a crap ton of people in
An
there.
auditorium and seating.
Yes. But there's still little cars that you're in. I think there's think of Star Tours, but in auditorium.
Okay.
So there's a car of, I think, 5, 10, maybe 15. There's little portions in the auditorium, and it's a simulation ride of this huge, larger than movie theater size screen. And it's just going through all sorts of craziness.
It was really nice.
Yeah,
though.
Sterling really liked it.
I loved it.
And let's see. This day was the day of screens. Seriously. We did so many screen rides on here.
Well, that's kind of what Universal
That's what
is.
Universal is,
Oh,
yeah.
and we met a minion.
And
right
Sterling
after
got
that.
to meet a minion. I don't know the minion names. Do you know which one this
I
was?
think it was Bob.
Okay.
I don't know. It had two eyes
It had two.
Yeah, I think Bob. I
and
think that's
smiled
Bob.
and short.
and short and
Yeah,
yellow.
that's Bob.
I
That's
thought Bob was the one with one eye.
No, that's Kevin.
Okay.
Okay.
And we were walking. Sterling got to meet Bumblebee, which
Oh
is
my
kind of
gosh!
neat. The
And
Transformer.
He was playing music.
That's how
and-
Bumblebee talks.
Yeah, and I think I broke into a breakdance right in front of him.
It's possible.
I
Yeah.
remember I
That
did
definitely
that.
seems like something you
Yep.
would do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely remember that. And then
We went on the Transformers
Yeah.
ride 3D, which for some reason, I don't know, this kind of reminded me of a mix between the Web Slingers car and Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway car. It's like a mix between the two. It was a screen ride going from place to place.
But it was also a motion simulator. And I honestly felt a little queasy after the end of this one.
I did. I
Near-
definitely did.
Near
was-
the end of it, I
felt-
definitely did.
I felt sad.
Oh, I felt
Because-
sick.
Yeah.
I felt sad what happens. I don't want to
Yeah.
spoil it, but
I
something
thought-
happens.
I thought the ride itself was really good. I thought it was a little long because towards the end of it, I was feeling a little queasy.
Yeah, exactly. If they had chopped like the back quarter or back third off it, I think it would have been okay.
Yeah. The next ride we went on was the Fast and Furious Supercharged ride.
And we did this one as a family.
As a family, yes. I think we counted how many times family was said because you got to do that for Fast and Furious.
It was
stuff.
19 or something like
It was
that.
like 23. I don't know.
I thought it was 8.
No, it was a
No.
lot more than that. You're basically getting on a bus.
Yeah.
It's like a party bus and riding through different areas, and it's all screens on either side. This was a ride.
It was a ride. It was one of those things where you're like, yeah.
Okay, we did it.
You
We
did it.
It's also kind of like King Kong.
Yes, we're not there yet. We're going in order. We'll get there. One of the things I liked about this was the pre-show areas. They had actors. There were multiple pre-show areas where they had actors in the scene talking to you. And I like that. I thought it was kind of cool to be able to do that.
And they were talking with the characters on the screen
Yes,
too.
yes,
It was also, we could interact. It was also interactive.
yes. After this, I think it put us out in the area by Bruce the Shark. So we took our picture with Bruce.
You have to.
Yeah. And we wandered over to the Simpsons area.
Oh, I loved that ride. Though the line was pretty long.
The line it actually wasn't too bad on this one. It was another simulator ride. I don't know how to explain this one though. This was interesting
weird.
the way this was set up.
So there was a clown, bad clown.
Krusty
No,
the Clown.
yeah, I'm not talking.
Krusty
I'm
the
talking about
Clown.
the ride mechanics itself, not the ride. When we got in, like when they told us to go to an area, it was like kind of like a little funhouse area. We got told to go into a specific room.
Yep.
You go in that room, the ride vehicle is in there. It's in its own area, and other people are going into their own areas. I think it fits probably 8 or 10, and it looks like Krusty's face you're sitting in.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing is on a lift. It lifts you up into like a planetarium
Yes.
type screen area. And
Was it? Do you know if like everyone was lifted up into that same room?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. It was hard to tell because of the way the ride vehicle is. It had walls
you're
kind of
right.
going up
Yeah.
on the side.
I'm pretty sure I remember like seeing out of the corner of my eye other ride vehicles
Yeah.
over there. It's a motion simulator in a planetarium, and it's a Simpsons fever dream of things happening and characters whizzing by. And
Playing off of one of my amusement park nightmares, which is falling off of a roller coaster, multiple times. It's like, oh, this is great. Yeah.
This one also made me a little sick. at
Yeah,
the
I
end.
think the repetition of the screens
Yeah.
was difficult to deal
I
with.
liked it. I
Yeah.
am a lover for
You like the
motion
motion
signals rides. What?
Simulators, motion
Simulation
simulator rides.
rides.
you like feeling sick to your stomach. Okay.
No, I didn't feel sick though. It was great. I love simulation rides.
I think after this, we all needed a break, and we went over to City Walk.
Yes.
I had reservations for Toothsome's Chocolate Emporium.
Yes.
It sounded interesting.
And Savory Feast Kitchen.
Oh, sorry.
You have to finish the name, Mom.
Jeez.
I got most of it. It's a chocolate steampunk place, I guess.
It was, I mean, the theming's really cool.
Yeah. And this, I had to look it up to see where, like, did they have more of these? What was this place? It's a Comcast restaurant.
Huh.
Yeah. They made it
Okay.
specifically for City Walk Universal.
Wow.
It was an interesting experience.
Yeah. The food was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Ironically, like they had, we always joke when we go to Cheesecake Factory that they bring out chocolate bread because it's just, like brown honey bread. They actually brought out chocolate bread.
Yes.
Which I wasn't a huge fan of.
I thought it was okay. If it was a little more moist, it would have been
Yeah.
enjoyable. It was very dry.
Yeah.
It was also too much chocolate.
No, it wasn't too much chocolate.
There's no such thing as too
It
much
wasn't
chocolate.
a super sweet chocolate
Yeah.
bread. But if it wasn't so dry, I think it would have been more enjoyable. And I believe most of us had waffles. Two of us have waffles.
2 of us had breakfast, 2 of us had lunch.
Yes.
So there was a gigantic
that's right.
banana nut waffle.
Banana Foster waffles. What I
Yeah.
had.
I don't
Yep.
remember what I had though.
You had waffle and bacon.
Yep.
Yummy. Now I'm hungry.
There's
I'm
a
hungry.
mini cheeseburger. There was
Alfredo.
Yep. Chicken fettuccine Alfredo.
I didn't like that very much.
It looked very bland.
It was very bland.
Yeah. And then the milkshakes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you've ever been to Beaches and Cream, it's kind of similar to that over
That's
at Boardwalk,
Yep.
where they just have these Mondo milkshakes. There's a couple other places, just food places around the country that do this, where it's just over the top milkshakes.
You basically get a mason jar sized
Yeah.
milkshake, and then like we got 2. Mine, the one that I chose had birthday cake sprinkles all over it, and then just a gigantic wedge of birthday cake on top of
On
it.
top of the milkshake. Yeah. I think Kaitlyn and I got a Thin Mint
Yeah,
one or something like that. It had an ice cream sandwich on top of it.
yeah, as you do.
Yep.
Yep.
So Sterling got the ice cream sandwich.
I did not like the birthday cake though.
didn't?
I'm
No.
I'm not a fan of birthday cake flavored stuff.
More for me.
Yep.
After lunch, we went back into the park and we hit some more of the stuff that we hadn't hit yet. We went to the ET ride. That was a thing.
Yeah. I know they had us say our names in the beginning and
yeah.
then ET would say all of our names at the end.
At the very end. That was
Yeah.
kind of cool. Yeah.
That was the redeeming aspect of this ride.
I mean, no.
I actually liked it when ET said our names. I was not actually expecting that.
Yeah. It was at the very end.
And
This is an opening day ride, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. The ride vehicle is actually pretty cool because it's you're actually kind of sitting on a bike
Yeah.
on one of Elliot's bike.
Yeah.
I believe that this ride is the last ET ride in the world.
I think you are right. Was it this one where we kind of went our separate ways? I can't remember. I know Sterling wanted to do the Jimmy Fallon ride.
Yes, Kaitlyn and I had no interest in the Jimmy
Yeah.
Fallon ride.
Sterling wanted to do the Jimmy Fallon ride, race through New York. So we did that. It was another large auditorium simulator type ride. And then afterwards, Sterling got into a dance battle with Hashtag, who is the panda from the show. And
I busted out my moves,
Yep.
and he was.
It was a dance
Surprised.
battle. Yeah, it was a dance battle.
He was surprised.
Yes, and Sterling ended in a split, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's it." Yeah, so Sterling won, and hashtag was like, "No."
Kaitlyn and I got on the Hogwarts Express and went over to Hogsmeade and got some butterbeer. I forget exactly.
We got the frozen butter beer.
Oh, that's right. That was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We were all over the place because
Yeah.
then we met back up. I don't know if Nathan, you weren't with us because Kaitlyn, Sterling, and I went on Poseidon's Fury,
Yeah.
which is a show ride. I don't know how to explain this. You're in different rooms and a show happens around you in these different rooms.
Yeah, it's more of a show. It's not a ride because
Yeah.
you're not sitting down.
Yeah.
Well, you were sitting down.
I was
Mom.
sitting down, yeah. But I actually kind of like this. I thought it was a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
It was an interesting storyline. Lots of pyrotechnics, lots of water.
At some point, I think we don't have any pictures of it because it's a locker ride, but I think it was after E.T. It's before we split up. We also did the Men in Black ride,
Oh yeah.
That's right.
which is, it's a laser shooter.
Yeah. That was fun.
That was fun. I
was
did
fun.
enjoy that one.
It like the car like swung you around so
yes.
much.
Oh, it was
think
whiplashy.
That's why you had to take everything out of your pockets because it really flung you around.
That was really fun.
That may have been after Simpsons. I don't know. It was kind
I
of
think it
over in
was
that
after-
area.
It's something like that.
Yeah. The Mummy was not working while we were there. It had not opened back up, which was a bummer.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have been able to go on it anyway, but that was one I wanted to do. I think it opened like the week after we left.
I feel like that keeps happening to
Yes.
us.
it
Welcome,
does.
welcome
It
to
does.
our luck.
Yes.
Yeah. And that was kind of it.
Sterling and I did another ride.
No, I went over to Velocicoaster again
You went
after.
over to
That's why we hit
Velocicoaster.
Hogwarts. We took the Hogwarts Express back over so you could do Velocicoaster again. And we got frozen butterbeer while we were over there.
Yeah.
Yep. Sterling and I went over to Kong Skull Island. At that point, dealt with the rain. It was like just pouring down
Oh
rain.
my gosh.
That's right. I was just about to say, like, we were doing all of this and trying to time everything around the afternoon rainstorms. I think Kaitlyn and I lucked out and got back a little before this one. You guys got caught out in the
I
middle.
know.
Yeah.
When after we left Poseidon's Fury, that's when it started.
That's when it started
It
to rain.
started,
Yeah.
and so I was like, "Bye, you guys. I'm booking it over to
Yeah,
Velocicoaster."
that's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you didn't want it to close down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sterling and I did Kong Island.
That was fun.
It was another bus. It was another party bus style ride with simulators.
Yeah.
It was there was a lot going on that ride. I actually thought it was kind of cool, but there was too much happening too quickly. It was hard to follow. There is, however, at the very end of this, a humongous King Kong animatronic at the end. It was really cool.
Yeah.
After this, Sterling and I went on the Spider-Man ride, which I don't remember what was. This was another ride like the Transformers car.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the seats were very wet. That's the other thing with these simulation rides is water gets sprayed randomly. And I think nobody was in the car before us. So it just pooled in the seat.
Yay.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
that was great.
So we got even more wet because
Yes. Yeah. And then after that, Sterling and I went back to the room.
Yep, we had dinner that night back at the kitchen.
Yep.
At the Hard Rock, and that was it. The next morning, it was off to the airport with Yi,
Yep.
and my adventure in Florida continued. We'll cover that next time or
Yeah.
in a future episode.
Yep. So kids, what are your thoughts on Universal? Sterling, what are your thoughts on Universal?
I want to go again. I might also want to go there with you guys just to do the spells. Because when I looked on the map, I was like, there are way more spells than I thought.
Yeah,
So
just to go through all
spend
the
more time
Hogwarts
doing all
stuff.
that, yeah.
Yeah. There's so much immersive stuff that we couldn't catch on in just 3 days. I thought we would, but no, it's so much.
Yeah.
Well, we were trying to beat rainstorms and get to all sorts of different places. So yeah, I think if we had spent more time in
Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley.
those two places.
Kaitlyn, your thoughts on Universal?
Yeah, it was really fun. I feel like I like the theming a lot better than Disney. one, because it's more like based off of franchises and it's cool to be able to see that like in person. And I personally would have liked to spend more time in like the wizarding world of Harry Potter, because I actually didn't get to do any of the interactive spell things. And just I want to spend more time looking at like the little Easter eggs they have all over the lands and stuff. So yeah.
My thoughts. Yes, the interactiveness, just the lands, the franchises was really fun. The staffing, you could kind of tell who'd done customer service training and who hasn't.
Yeah.
There was somebody over at the Three Broomsticks who was just super nice. He was really nice. I was wearing a Jungle Cruise t-shirt and he's like, "Oh my gosh, you just made my day with that shirt." And we had a nice little conversation. He used to work over at Disney.
You could tell who was a former Disney cast member
or who had gone through customer service training.
There were two definite classes of team members at Universal. It was interesting.
There was a lot more of kind of, I don't know how to put it other than like the eye-rolling customer service people. You could tell that not all of them were super happy to be there, I guess. I don't know how else to put it other than that. Yeah.
I think from my perspective, it has some redeeming qualities. It seems a little bit more, I guess tired is the word that's coming to me. Like just like the place and the people and just everything, just, I don't know. It doesn't have that Disney sparkle, doesn't have that pixie dust thing going on. We were joking, like even some of the people who were there, like the park attendants and or the people who are attending, I don't know, the whole experience to me seemed like, you know, if I was to compare Universal versus Disney, it's kind of like Walmart versus Target. Like there's just a different vibe between Universal and Disney.
Yeah, Universal has a lot more thrill rides. It is a lot more geared towards older guests. That's not the right word. Like teenagers and young adults than Disney is. I love the thrill ride aspect of it. Unfortunately, Universal has not catered towards different body types.
Yes.
I know this can be done. It was just a decision to not do this with the rides. I wouldn't mind going to Universal again, just to explore more of it. There, like you said, Kaitlyn, there's a lot more interactive stuff that we haven't done before. But I do think we are much more of a Disney family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're totally different experiences too. We are not affiliated with Disney or Universal, and we are not travel agents. While we can offer our opinions and suggestions, we recommend working with a travel agent to plan your perfect vacation.
If you have questions or suggestions, please shoot us an email at podcast@adventuresandmousecapades.com. Follow us on socials. We're at Our Mousecapades. And please give us a rating and review in your favorite podcast app. That really helps people find us. Thanks, everybody. We'll be in your ears next week.
Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.